What up, word? You already know what time it is. The moment, Mizzle. You know what? Let me just put in this track right quick. You already know the intro.
Yeah, Bob Mo in your area. Let's get it. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. I woke up in the morning with the grind on my mind. Numbers keep calling, that's time on the line. The sun comes and goes, every set is another chance to snap back when you get stretched like a rubber band. Yeah, you gotta be fitted for the top spot. That's hot scotch while chilling on a hot fly. When cops watch, I will not stop. Till my knots pop, you dig me? Need a full bag of chips like Miss Vicky. I've been busy trying to get spiffy. Now I switch sticky or getting tipsy off a quick Mickey. After a split hit me, niggas try to get with me. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live.
Put the pen to the pad. I rap for my niggas from the pad to the pen. Stay on the grind so we at it again. See me and my niggas never had to pretend. Catch a left hook for a jab to the chin. Parties all over before I had to begin. Every punchline hit sharper than lead. Something like a hollow point straight to the head. Niggas get hit and run straight to the feds. My niggas get rich and run straight to the bread. So if a nigga tell, I'ma still make bail. Making that sale or waiting on mail. Live on any block, yeah, my niggas do it well. So only time to tell if y'all niggas do it well. I ain't got time to talk and all y'all niggas do is tell. Well, fuck jail, tryna make a meal off bars though. Even though they tryna label me like a barcode.
And every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. I work hard for everything that I got. Hustle game strong, that's courtesy of the block. I fell off a few times, but I never stop. Everything looks good and I'm waiting to drop. I got a crew of heads that stays on the shoulders, and they ready to go anytime like soldiers. Where days get hotter and nights get colder, the pain stays longer and your life gets shorter.
Stay on the hush cause we cool in the clutch. This is for my young niggas kicking up dust. Just make sure you run with a crew you can trust on something like a band-aid the way I'm glued to the cut. Stick your tools is a must, there's no room to discuss. Just a whole lot of wounds leaving dudes to discuss. Strong move quiet, the weak go deny it, but they know they can't try it cause I'm a modern day tyrant.
We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens, open up your eyelids so you can see where I live.
Yeah. You already know what time it is. Let me get the back on both.
Bob Mo in your area. Let's get it. We move in silence, and every day I move with tyrants that be ready for violence. And every time I hear them sirens,
You already know. Man. Shout out to all the real niggas doing their thug this out there, you know what I'm saying? Round of applause to the real ones. Keep it real something up there, man. But yo, listen. Technical on the play. Team up. What do you mean you're going to ban 38? You can't ban independency. How does that work? Shit. So now Joe Budden got into the fray of this whole back and forth with Jadakiss and 38 special. And I'm trying to figure out what's really good. What's really good with this whole thing? Like, okay, so Joe Budden can say what he want.
Yeah.
Right hand, WI in the building. You already
Yes,
know.
sir.
Two to the room, let's give us no feel nothing. What's the temperature out there, player? Mad hot today, huh?
Yep.
So what you saying, WI? 38
Can't
special
call it.
is being blackballed by by the industry. Joe Budden started the whole campaign, you know?
You started blackballing 38?
I mean, he said he can't sit down with him. Now he's media, right? Hip hop media. Why can't he sit down with him? Because he say he spit some rhymes towards Chrissy and that diss record that he had for Kiss and for Kiss, Fat
And
Joe and
Jim?
the rest of them, right?
Yeah.
Jim Jones.
For
So
what?
my whole thing is, since when has it been off limits to talk about whatever you want to talk about in a battle, you know?
Right.
And not only that, he didn't say nothing too hard. He just said she don't blow dick. Like that's what he said. Like yo, he was talking about how he was broke and how he's trying to be a street nigga late in his life and shit. Um,
55.
yeah, like you know what I'm
Got a
saying.
bang at 55?
So everybody's panties in a bunch. Now that Joe Budden's not saying, "Oh, he banned 38." Even Dave East took him off his album. They got a track together.
Yeah.
Took him off his album. But Dave East, when Max B came home, he went to the Max B coming home party. So it was like, this is the politics is picking and choosing. You know, or we out here sticking and moving. You know,
Dave East took him off his album? Well, okay, I get it because Jada is trying to go at Jada and Jim. And Jim and Dave East have their podcast. So yeah, okay, I get that. That makes sense.
he probably did it for Styles P2. You know,
Yeah,
Styles
exactly.
P. Styles P. Say, yo, take that thing out.
Yeah, those guys are Brett super close.
But still, you know, come on, dog. You picking
D-
and choosing. You know,
Selective politics.
they picking and choosing. That's the whole thing about it. You know. So let's see what Joe Budden had to say.
Mm,
I was flabbergasted because I'm like, you're the same Joe Budden that wants to sit down with Drake though,
mm,
and Drake went after Homeboy's girl too. You know, talking about Hendrix girl, if I'm not
mm.
mistaken. So
Selective politics.
that ain't real though. Selective politicking, man. Because these niggas is the ones that are talking about being blackballed back in the day. And now it's just 360 and they're doing the same shit.
Right.
Well, Spesh went back to
So
this
this is Joe Budden's bullshit. That he wanna
Spesh went back to
just
SO
say
Anakin shit.
fair use, fair use.
He let off the opera, man. He has some things to say, and he has gotten the internet in an uproar. And I'm sure you guys are here all to attack me about the things that he said.
No, why did that?
But he said it. Oh, because that's not the case. He fired on Jim Jones. He fired on Fat Joe. He fired on Kiss. Sort of. Not really. It's some of the clips that went around. He was fired on Kiss.
Yeah.
But then he later on in the interview, if you watch the entire interview, was bigging up how legendary Kiss is and how he was looking for a lot of people.
Negative shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And so be clear, all this started because he wants to do another record with Kiss.
Basically, yeah, I guess.
Then he was doing. Here's the thing I don't want to say because no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's not true.
I ain't doing that because originally I said whatever approach he was taking, you can't want to do a record with him because that's not the way to get it done. Or maybe you don't know that.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think that's fair because it seems, well, no, he said it in this interview and in the previous interview that he has reached out time and time again. He's had communications with Kiss. He said that again in this interview. He's tried it the other way. Offered him money, offered him, to do projects, whatever, and he's been ignored essentially, which is why he said he's ducking me. So let's put the timeline out.
The other way is non-existent once you get to the you're ducking me. You may have tried every angle in the world. Listen, and I feel like I want to play this first before I start talking about spesh.
Okay.
And this is one of the longer clips. This is a 4-minute clip, but I'm just play it. As soon as my phone is ready.
It wasn't doing nothing.
It's a fact.
Most of the niggas got in rap into the streets. Got in rap into the streets. Most of these shit. Listen, I got in rap there and walked away from anything I had nothing to do with the streets. I'm a real street nigga that appreciate this shit. I ain't glorifying the streets, nigga. I'm not doing it out in the streets, nigga. I'm not glorifying that shit. No, we talk about the song. I think it was about right there. Let me tell you what, which song we from?
Not a good song.
Let me tell you what I think it was about it. And I don't know if I did, but maybe it's not joke. But to sit there and have 50-year-old men making a song about their woman with drugs is not too appealing, nigga. Like, who are y'all trying to hate for? Like, y'all niggas should be making songs about, like, the prescription drugs. Y'all taking it, take a lot of this shit. I said, no, I'm like, niggas be rapping about peptides and motherfucking, and y'all keep speak out that. What's wrong with things? I was like, oh, drugs. Like, we now you 10, 15 years older than me. Talking about the real way, who idea was that? And then the difference on it was stupid. A real drug dealer got the drug, just a real drug dealer. A nigga that really sold drugs on his own. It's you spit the verse, you got fucking China and Fat Bill, because I'm no things. You wearing a book bag, got another band game. You spit the verse, Fat Joe, you more happy about your verse than his. What's going on? You just happen to be around niggas. How do you speak like that when you're around outside with people, or you just speak like that when you're around niggas?
Yo, you have it in fast forward. You can barely understand what the man said.
What you said?
I said you could barely understand what the man saying.
Oh, you can't hear it? Okay, let me rewind it.
I don't know if it's on fast forward or something.
It's because he got a recording from it. The recording is kind of choppy, so
Oh, okay.
well, I'll bring it back.
As soon as my phone gets ready.
It wasn't doing nothing. So most of the niggas got in rap into the streets. Got in rap, went dancing. Most of these shit. Listen, I got in rap there and walked away from anything I had nothing to do with the streets. I'm a real street nigga that appreciate this shit. I ain't glorifying the streets, nigga. I'm happy to be out of the streets, man. I'm not glorifying that shit. No, let's talk about the song. I think it was about right there. Let me tell you what I think. Which song you're talking about? I think it was about right there.
Why was it not a good song?
Well, let me tell you what I think it was about right there. And I know I did one. Maybe we stop jokes. But to sit there and have 50-year-old men making a song about the aroma of drugs, it's not too appealing, my nigga. Like, who are you trying to aim for? Like, y'all niggas should be making songs about, like, the prescription drugs. Y'all taking this thing off and shit. I said, I'm like, peptides and shit. Niggas be rocking about peptides, man. Motherfucking, hey, y'all shit, shit like that. What's wrong with niggas about the aroma of drugs? Like, we older than this. I'm done with 10, 15 years older than me. Talking about the aroma of drugs. Who idea was that? And then this week on it was stupid. A real drug dealer, y'all think that's just a real drug dealer? A nigga that really sold drugs on his own? It's case you spit the verse, you got fucking Johnson back there like the hot dancers. You wearing a book bag out another man gave you. You spit the verse, you spit the verse. Fat Joe, you more happy about your verse than his. What's going on? You just happen to be around niggas. Captain, do you speak like that when you around the conversation people, or you just speak like that when you around niggas? I'm talking. If you speak to enemy like that, like when you going on, that's Chris. I'm not talking shit. I'm talking. But wait, so hold on, talks. I know that's your man. Shout out to him. Yeah. But you go at someone, right? Saying they're ducking you, and you call them out, and he responds. And you in the first criticizing him in the interview about the type of verse he did, and I heard the verse was hot. Like that sounds kind of crazy to me. Criticizing people going podcasts instead of rapping shit. Now you respond to rap on the podcast. To me, I can understand that. I don't understand what they're doing. I'm kind of surprised. Even I thought he was. I saw him in Cabo, but I'm surprised to hear that. Honestly, I don't really know him, but that's surprising the way he's cracking jokes on it and downplaying the verse. What I take from this, I'm sorry, no, I'm done. I'm sorry. I just want to say that. What I took from it, because he did go on to say, I'm independent, so I almost like I gotta get my name out there, make people talk about me. I gotta do all like I don't like to see that personally. I didn't take that from what he said about being independent at all. No, I said when he was kind of addressing. That's what Jim Jones had set up here, but that's not what Spesh was talking about. That could be. To me, it sounded a little different. Okay. But again, you know him, so you need to have a different insight in that. But if you talking about rapping, Kiss ain't go on no platform and say nothing. He rapped. He did the Big Daddy Kane joint. Yeah. And he did the Aroma record, which is fire. I do like that record. That's one of the things I really like that about what Spesh was saying about. That record is hard. Mostly because stove guards are the hook. And if you hear that hook, that beat is dope. All that's New York. Yeah, but the hook leans to what the subject matter is. I want to hear it. Yeah. If they did that before, over that beat, over that grainy heart. No, I don't interpret that as glorifying. I don't even think that's the best angle to take if you Spesh. I mean, all right, you shoot at everybody, so okay, go ahead and get your shit off.
You see how they try to downplay his verse? Try to downplay the man's verse, dog.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why are they taking that angle? Or not the verse, what he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, okay, he wants to hear people talk about that at his old age. If they really did it before, right?
Yeah.
But in hip hop, all in all, is that really something that needs to be glorified or promoted when you're older as an elder statesman? I mean, let's really have the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like Spesh is like looking at it like, okay, you guys dissed me on a new track that you guys did with somebody from Buffalo. That's a 2 strikes right there. And you're not even coming with something that substantial to make me go at you as a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're coming with some bullshit rhymes about the aroma of drugs. And then he talked about versus with career and Special's money is long too. His catalog's long too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the selective politicking about? Right? So that's why recently he put out a challenge to Jadakiss. $500,000, half a mil ticket, 3 rounds. G Rap, Big Daddy
Just
Kane,
went back.
and
Rakim,
Rakim as the judges.
judges. That would be crazy. Yo, honestly, I think that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
catalog just not long as certified, right? That's what I'm talking about. But he has more projects out than Jadakiss
Right.
for the little time he been in the league. So so to speak.
Yo,
Yep.
if they could get some more paper together, 500, don't get it twist. 500,000 is a bag still. But I feel like for a battle of that caliber, you need more paper still. Jada and 38, somebody put up some more bread, get some sponsors, put up some more bread, 2-3 mil for 3 rounds. And like the Cool G Rap, Daddy Kane, and Rakim as the judges.
Well, that's the wager. He said 500,000, but a wager could be more, you know?
Yo, that's fire. That would be a fire situation, really and truly.
You know?
Does Jadakiss have to do it? Or would it benefit Jadakiss? Hell yeah.
Sundia.
That's just gonna add more to his legacy. Man's already a legend. He don't need to do nothing. But if he does that, that's just more stripes, more notches on his belt, more patches on his jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know he's one of the GOATs. If he did a 3 round verses with the 3 best verses from
But
each
Kiss is
man,
playing the industry games, you know? He said they put a budget behind, you know,
that would be
uh,
crazy. I
making
think
this
Kiss
shit.
should take him up on his offer. If anything, make the height turn out the bag a little bit and go for the gusto because it's a win-win either way. It's just gonna add more to the man's legacy, win or lose. First of all, if you fight, you're not gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? People are just gonna respect you more for dealing with the case. And we know how Jada gives it up. So chances are he's not gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how nice 38 Special is. He's not beating Kiss, bro. He might, you know what I'm saying? He might stun him a bit.
If
He
he's
might,
real,
what you call it? He might lean him a bit, but let Jada go in his bag and it's game over. So I think Jada should take that offer still. To
Yeah,
get
but
judged by Cool G Rap,
he's not taking it. He's doing the industry route, you know?
Kane
Putting,
and Kim?
putting bags up, trying to stop him from, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Signing. That's the problem. And then now Joe Budden's don't want to interview him. Davies taking him off his album. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
That's some sensitive ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think they should go at it. What do you think? You think Kiss should take that offer or what?
When the offer's on the table, man.
Or he should put.
If he's body, he would take it, but I don't think he's body like that.
I think he should put some more bread on the table, make him come out of pocket,
Because he
and then
tried to diss him on a song that Fat Joe put out, you know?
yeah,
And it's like, okay, I get that, but that's sort of like an alley oop, you know? You should have just made a track
yeah,
concerning the whole situation, you know? Towards him,
right,
you know?
right.
I see where 38's coming from. He's like, yo, you want me to go hard? And he just doing little industry shit, doing little sneak jabs and shit.
Yeah,
You know, he wants him to come man to man, man up. That's why he put out the $500,000 challenge, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Kiss, he should take it, but is he going to take it? Or is he just going to say, I got enough money over here, man, doing my podcasting.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Making this drop over here. It would be good. It would be good for the
for the culture.
culture. Oh, Homer Pennington said, I know him since we were kids. Okay. But Spesh is kind of confident because he wants the three of the top lyricists from our old school to judge it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's dope.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Jadakiss got to get in his bag, you know?
Yeah,
That's messed up because 38 Express said, I put up the 500,000. He said, if Kiss it don't got it, ask Fat Joe for it. Yeah, that's it.
send him a pair of shots.
DIYs.
Shots fired. Nerve with him.
Yep.
I like it.
So that's why he's saying that they put out a budget to stop him,
38 spesh.
stop people from liking the Fool's Mate. And he says Spesh is built for it. I know. Spesh been battle rapping from time, you know. When I first listened to Spesh, I'm like, okay, this is the niggas putting on for Upstate. And then everybody else came after, from my recollection. You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
Yeah, Special's nice, man. Give the man a black.
So 38 spesh just get himself blackballed. It's a possibility.
let's
It's a
listen to this.
man. What y'all?
Oh shit.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility, man. What do y'all think? Or do you think that 38 spesh is actually smarter than most things might be? Maybe 38 spesh is getting ahead of the game, and he's really playing chess. And he's a smarter player than he looked. Or maybe he's playing chess and y'all is playing checkers. When you look at it,
from the outside in. It's like, man, this guy might be playing chess, man. He might be really playing chess. He's saying he's being blackballed. Is there any evidence of that, especially when you see clips like this? I believe in gatekeeping, blackballing, all of that stupid shit. They doing it now. These niggas got paid ads. To me, they got paid ads. Why going across every platform? Flyers that said I got this, that, and the third. They paying people for bad reviews, and you know what the fuck going on. They even paying niggas to how they try to shift narratives. I didn't know that they do all of this sucker shit. I thought they just. Yeah, I heard about something like that. Thanks. Yeah, we know how this shit go, but at the end of the day, man, you can't stop whatever God, man. You know what I mean? You like all of that gatekeeping shit, that shit don't. That's you trying to play God.
Gatekeepers.
Whatever's meant for somebody is. I don't really got. From them. You know what I'm saying? But
Listen,
I dislike Jim. He
What
was
happened?
some shit. Fat Joe, I don't really like him either talking all that tough shit. I don't
Can't
like
hear
him.
you.
Fuck him too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 050 the movie for that clip.
Can't hear it.
That's his words. He's saying that's what he feels. He's saying they're running ads, they're running smears campaigns, and all of that. All of that. They playing dirty. They playing nasty. They playing funky. That's what he's saying. Now, can we take him at his word for it? Maybe if you want to.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put in the link.
Have to rub elbows with these people, even if
I'm gonna put in the link in the description if y'all want to come up and chop it up. I speak on 38 spesh. You already know we out here. We breaking this shit down real quick.
he's independent. I know everybody's gonna say he's independent, but if he has a loud enough mouth, he could bypass all of this. Y'all remember 50? Y'all remember High Rob? He got blackballed, but he got picked up by a major. When you go against like somebody like Interscope, Shady, Aftermath, it ain't gonna work. 38 Spesh is in a different category. He's in it. He's very successful at it. But he can't go up against these labels. They got billions and billions and billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. It's like pulling up your rowboat next to a cruise ship. They got infinite amount of money to spend on smear campaigns if they don't want you in it. But 38 Spesh can also take another route. Is he doomed? Put that in the comments. Is he doomed? There's another avenue he can take. I don't think he is. I think he can go sign a deal, a distribution deal, like Master P did. There's a lot of artists that do that. They sign a distribution deal, and they get the majority of the money. They gotta go, they gotta go through people. And with 38 Special Catalog, he just might be able to do that. I don't know if he tried. Don't know. But the question still remains: is he being blackballed? It makes one to wonder. It makes one think, especially when he was supposed to go on Joe Budden's podcast. Then you got bumped off of that. Then Dave East, he was supposed to be on a song called Alley Oop featuring Snoop. And they gave him the boot. Dave East gave him the boot. Now, that might be loyalty. That might be ties to loyalty to Jim. And all of the, stuff that's been going on. You violated Chrissy, this, that, and the third. I just feel like a lot of people are being two-faced in this. Because like I said, there's plenty of rappers that did what 38 did. And then nobody had a problem doing business with those people. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have no problem doing business with those people at that time. But because 38 Spesh is independent, they don't think they'll ever see him again. They think this is going to erase them forever. Y'all put that in the comments what y'all think. But he really, really, really feels this. In his heart, he feels this. Because he also says this. Man, the powers that be, nobody, this independency versus the industry, man. So now they paying for ads and shit. You're gonna see flyers go that's promoted. AI flyers that's promoted, giving they reviews and opinions, bad reviews and shit. Then, I ain't gonna put no blogger under the bus, but he told me that they paid him a couple $1,000s to put out some fake news about me, and I was just disappointed. And I was like, damn, them niggas playing like that. They playing like that, but it is what it is, man. You can't stop what God has planned, man. Think of checkmate, right? That's your fucking movie. So that automatically made me think that I was about to sit there and come at Kiss. Yes. But let's keep this in mind. Chris didn't disrespect me. Jim Jones told me to shut the fuck up or I'm gonna have a hot summer. And then went and got some little old nigga come and get me. You understand? Like this nigga bothered me. So I don't know why y'all thought that I had so many balls towards a nigga that sent me one as opposed to this nigga that threatened me. That told me to shut the fuck up or I'm gonna have a hot summer. It don't matter.
Yo, Moose, I can't hear you, dog.
I'm talking to him. It don't matter how good you rap. You understand? Mm-hmm. So.
What you say? What you say?
What?
Yo. Y'all can hear me? Yo. Yo. You can hear me? You can hear me, but I don't know if you can hear me. All right, let's continue.
Fools, man. That was basically, that was the diversion. You don't hit a nigga, you don't let a nigga know you gonna hit him when you about to hit him. You heard? Mm-hmm. So he over there chilling, thinking I'm about to gun down Kiss. Oh, let's get Spanish. Of course y'all did. But don't worry. Don't worry because I ain't wasting no shots, man. But yo, is he digging himself a deeper hole?
Yo,
It seems
I
like
can't hear you, bro.
sometimes you wonder if he
Top off.
knows what he's doing or not, man.
You can hear me? Yo. Damn.
That you can judge somebody on their response. There's always a reaction to an action. Now, he went out there calling out Jada, this, that, and the third, and then it led to what it led to. And Jada responded, and then 38 Spesh responded. And he responded, like he said, to Jim Jones the way he did and violated him because he felt like Jim Jones violated him. He felt like there was no need for you to go that far and talk that crazy. So, if you want to talk that crazy, then I could get crazy. I could talk crazy too, you heard? That's his feelings. I can't tell the man how to feel. I don't know if he's emotional. I don't know. I know I take things away and, certain times, whatever. It depends on my mood. You know what I mean? I got ADHD. You can get I got 6 personalities. Sure. Depending on which one you catch which day, that's the vibe you all get back. You won't get that kind of energy. So energy's met with energy. Let's be real. There's always a positive and a negative to everything. Also, he's saying they slaying them. He's saying they did a whole smear campaign, a whole ads, just running ads. Now, I find that plausible because you're dealing with the industry. You're dealing with the Titans now. You swimming with the sharks. You got to be an orca. That's exactly how you have to be. Now you got this whole Dave thing going on. He gave you a feature. On your album. You gave the one for his album, but he bumped you. This is exactly how that went. So as you can see, Follow My Lead, featuring 38 Spesh and Snoop Dogg. This was the original. This was the original cover. This is, the original lineup. And then it gets to this, where you have the new cover. Follow my lead. There's no 38 spesh. There's absolutely no 38 spesh there. I do not see his name. It is nowhere. And if you go look it up, he's not on that either. You go to Apple Music, wherever you want to go. It's not on that either. So, hey, are these dirty tactics being played by the industry? They've always been involved in an industry like this. You know, this is the way they always play the game. The game it's always been rigged. It's always been rigged. If you don't go along to get along, you out, bro. You out. You outside the door. You on along. You know what I mean? So, is this just one of those unfortunate things? Or do you think 38 Spesh is going to continue making music? I feel like he still could continue making music. I feel like he should still do what he's doing. But does he look desperate? Does he look desperate? Or does he look like a man with a trick up his sleeve? He's getting ahead of the allegations. He's putting it on them. He's like, oh, you want to throw this on me?
Well, he's right. Like, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Jadakiss doing industry moves. Well, you can't do industry moves all the time. You gotta come outside sometime. $500,000 on the table.
And
Let's see how far it goes. But Jim, you know, Jim Jones called up
Now that we
Joe Buddens and told Joe Buddens, hey, man,
we
get 38 out of here. Don't interview him. So, we ain't going to interview him. 38. And that means you hate. Those tactics been happening. You got tracks with Nipsey up there. Right? Them tactics been happening. You?
Yeah, okay, I hear you now.
Can't hear you. You got to go out and come back in.
All right. I can hear you.
You got to go out and come back in. Keep it begin. Shout out to MREC. This is what MREC said about it. This is Joe Budden talking.
fourth, I'm totally against disinterested. That's where you get the bozo man. That's what I'm trying to invite him up here to speak to 38 Spesh directly. But I ain't in the pig, the mudslinger. Once you do that, what you want?
You hear me now?
I can't sit next to you.
Joe Budden sends shots at 38 Spesh and bans him from his podcast, the JBP podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, for Vincent, Jim Jones, and Chrissy.
Yeah, but I fucks with 38 Spesh. That's my
That's your thought.
hey, when I say
nigga put me on to upstate hip hop. Listen to this though.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. I say they are the independent versus the gatekeepers. You hear what I say? Because only a gatekeeper talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
You hear what I say? Joe Budden is revealing himself as a gatekeeper. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no YT people. It's our own people. You hear what I say? Hey, yo, 38 Spesh had the right to dish whoever he wanted to dish. Why is you taking it personal? You are a media. You're supposed to be neutral. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get 38 special in there to find out why he's doing it. So you can get that money. See, them dudes are straight gatekeepers, man. Caught Fat Joe, all of them. All of them were gatekeepers, bro. And now they starting to show it, and I'm glad 38 Special doing it. And that driver's seat with him and Benny the Butcher, that was fire. But Jadakiss and Styles, he shining on that.
Yup.
But 38 Special,
Can you hear me?
Yup.
Can you hear me
Still
now?
can't hear you, bro.
Ah,
Click the link that's in the comments. Come on, click the link that's in the comments.
he's saying everybody, all them boys did they thing on that thing. So I'm just saying, if you got dudes hot like you in the industry and hip hop, and that industry always try to get you in front of them, right for them, and then cut you off, and like Fat Joe did TA. Come on, man. We gotta call out these dudes, man. We gotta stop supporting these dudes. If you talk like a gatekeeper, we need to cancel them. How about that?
No doubt, my brother. I appreciate you calling. Great assessment. And tap back in, my brother. You heard?
All right, for sure.
All right, so look, I got a lot of people calling. Panther Jones, man, give me your assessment on the situation. Let's get it.
All right, copy. I seen something Joe Budden thing when they invite him up because he said something about Chrissy and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make it real simple. Like he just come on, bro. This is hip hop. Like if we're gonna go back, we can talk about Jay-Z saying something about Nas baby mother.
Yep.
Nobody said anything about that.
I mentioned it.
What he
Yeah.
died.
yeah.
I didn't hear that.
All right, we back like foot crack. Let's get it.
Nas saying something
All
about
right, perfect.
Jay being responsible, putting his dirt out there. We go before that with Tupac, with Faith Evans and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. Their art reflects life. You know what I'm saying? So, these, so they rapping about their life. They rapping about what they think. And, 38 put how he felt on paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is nothing new. So, like what Joe Biden is doing right now is like really it's fugazi, bro. It's phony. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You supposed to be hip hop, Joe Biden. Like who you trying to fool? Like we know the history to this. We know how this works. I mean, granted, Jimmy is married and they older now, so it's probably different because they passed their 50s, but hey man, you didn't retire. You're still working.
Mm-hmm.
So, just what comes with it. That's what, I mean? That's my synopsis.
No doubt.
Part of the game.
That's a fact, man. Good assessment, bro. I'm gonna take another call. Nadi, first and foremost, salute your channel real quick on the show.
1-800-WTF. 1-800-WTF.
No doubt. Everybody subscribe to that. What's your assessment on this situation here, man?
I mean, all fair, love, and war. But I think he knew that was gonna hit Jimmy a certain way because we have history with him and Max B, and that same Chrissy touched it in Miami. I think that's the real shot that made their friendship just end all the way. Because you see, him and French got back together, but him and Max never did. I think it's because of that Chrissy situation. So I think French being a swordsman, he was like, I'm trying to hit a fatal blow. I'm not trying to play around with Jim Jones too long. So he just went straight for the throat and did what he did. Do I think it's distasteful? I think in hip hop you can't really regulate. It is what it is. Niggas is gonna use whatever they can to get you out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That's a fact. Now, I want to do this because I haven't had a chance to review the record with the Rec Mall.
Right.
I want to ask everybody, what's the assessment on the record as a whole? What y'all think about the 38 Special Foods made this?
I think that it's kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. It's not bad, but I don't think
I haven't had a chance to review the record with the Rec
memorable, not just like a freestyle.
Yo,
This is a chance to really bring
can't
out
hear you now.
songs so that the people have something to
Can't hear
Hold
what's
on.
going on.
oh, that's what gets stretched. And I think he
Listen, listen.
with that. Still an elite MC. I still think he got fire in him. But I just think he got the mission with that one right there.
Log off and come back in.
The little Rec Mob, get it. Let's get it. All right, that's the homie Naughty. Salute to the Rec Mob. Run the lights up. This is the Lobby Show. They trying to box me out the algorithm, but you know they can't do that.
Yo,
I'm talking about the
can't hear you.
streets, not the industry. We got the infamous Janie B on the line. What up, though? What up, though? Welcome back, Rec. My bad for I didn't even realize I was just so hyped about this crap here. Nah, you good. You can hit me anytime. You know what I mean? JDB, she got the bad line where she can hit me when I'm overseas, vacation and all that, because she's family like that. But nevertheless, JDB, let's get to the shit. JDB, what is your thoughts on Joe Budden sending shots at 38 Spesh and banning him from the podcast? Let's get to it. I really agree with Joe Budden. Let's just put that out there. Let's get it. But I agree. Oh, you agree with him getting banned? I totally agree and reckon I'm going to tell you why. Okay. I told you probably a year and a half ago that this how this shit works. Mm-hmm. Remember I told you it was people blocking stuff that you was doing? Correct. This nigga just went in the Lions den and got ate up. Hey, hold on, I gotta bust some shots. God damn, shots to shots. Hey. Think about what I told you a while ago. I said, I don't want to put no bad juju on nothing. I said, but this nigga people didn't call me and let me know if people putting smut on your name. That's a fact. And I said this on here. Listen, Eric, this industry is crazy. And if you come on here and say that Jim Jones ain't no bondsmith and he ain't got nothing to say about nothing, then why are you going at Jim Jones? You just said that this nigga he ain't on your level. And again, I hate that this nigga making these take up for Jim Jones. So everybody know, darling, whether he wrote it or not, it's a Jim Jones song. Well, let me say this, though. I'm glad you're saying what you're saying. I believe outside of the industry, outside of being an independent podcast or whatever you want to be, I feel like when you got an interview, because the interview was set, I knew the interview was happening 2 weeks ago, okay? Because I spoke to Spesh direct, all right? I spoke to Spesh earlier this morning on the phone. You knew that what industry was coming? No, I knew that. Him and Joe Budden? No, the interview on the Joe Budden podcast. I knew he was doing it. Okay, it's me and spoke. He's like, yo, Rec, I'll do your show after I do that. You understand what I'm saying? So, I get that. Fox was rooting for this nigga. Correct. But it was politics in place then. For me, I'm gonna be honest, niggas is definitely fearful of me in many ways. You know that. Right? Exactly. So when Spesh said that to me, he said, yo, Rec, respectfully, I gotta do yours after I do Joe Budden shit. That's what he said to me. And look what that got. Right? Look, I wanted the other way. I wanted to get the interview. I didn't know he was doing a Joe Budden podcast, but I wanted to say this though. Me as interviewers, journalists, I just do my job. I'm going to interview Spesh. I'm going to interview Jadakiss. That's how that shit goes. That's how it's supposed to go. Yeah. Anything other than that, it's politics and bullshit. And I'm gonna land my plane and let you speak. But that's been the whole thing. That's what I was saying the whole time, right? Before his name even came at 38. It's right. I've been saying this for the longest because people keep coming to me with information. And when they tell me stuff, and I know they people of morals and standards, and they ain't gonna lie on nobody, They know how I feel about you, so they gonna come to me with everything that got to do with you.
Salute.
So when I said this to you a while ago, I wasn't going to smoke up your ass.
I know that.
I know you know that. But some of these people on here don't know that.
Well, I'm gonna say this. JDB, these niggas been trying to blackball me and do everything in their power from the music to the content side. You see everything that I did, everybody's doing. Every rapper's a podcaster. Every rapper's a journalist. Every rapper took my blueprint. Every YouTuber took my blueprint. So it don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because
and listen, I know it don't bother you, Eric, but the fact that this nigga double down and do the same thing twice, you go on a podcast, and this is me saying it, this not you saying.
Yeah.
You go on a podcast, Bad Few, and you bring up information that came from Emmerich show. You don't say his name. You got it from somewhere, though.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
And then you come back and say, you have a problem with what we're saying on here, so we call you behind the thing. That's the second thing. And then the third time, you say you're going to go to the Joe Budden show first because you know how much politics is being played. So you really working against yourself because it was, and this is me saying it from the outside looking in. Over here standing on business, pushing you out here to the mass.
That's a fact.
But you know what? Keep him in the background and not say his name, because you want to play the politics, but you saying you independent. I don't rock with that, Red. I don't rock with none of these niggas. Not just 38 special. Let's be clear on that. Line do the same thing. Nick do the same thing. Jim Jones do the same thing. It's a lot of niggas behind the scenes grinding. Let's be clear about that. Joe Budden using your clip and not saying your name or name because you say put your stamp on it. It don't rap TV. How many times you gonna say that? These niggas are haters. But for somebody who has your back and probably still got your back, especially whatever your name is at this point, because you listen, this nigga is 30 out. That nigga is not known nowhere but in New York. And people can play what I'm saying. I agree with. I don't give a damn, Emma. You are known everywhere.
So this is a fact. I'm fresh from overseas. This is a fact.
And people still asking you to come to the UK.
State your name, where you calling from. Let's get it.
It's Flash from my ex, you heard?
All right, talk to me, man. What's your assessment on this?
Nah, see, at first you would think 38 cloud chasing, but if you pay attention to these acts and what's been going on behind the scenes, you see, like, all right, you got the prospects and all of these podcasts and rappers now, right? They're chasing that bag. But look, they suppressing the algorithm for the independent artists. Not couple independent artists. The numbers ain't the same no more. But meanwhile, on these rappers' podcasts, they giving only their music and only industry acts music, bro. And they give you.
I'm gonna be honest. Even my numbers, usually my lives, like when I go live regular, I'm doing at least 1,000.
Okay, so let's talk about you.
Yeah.
I hate to cut your rib. Let me talk about it because you can teach your own. But
okay,
you've been rocking for like 10 years, doing the same thing with the calls and everything. Your number should be at 1 million plus. You're really interacting with the people. But what they do, you ain't sanctioned by their little control system. They can't come gambling to the followers through you. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain little things they can't pump their little to your platform because some people got morals, you understand me? So I kind of see where they coming from. If you're an independent artist, it's a survival tactic. At this point, you got to shoot at the industry. If we competing for the people, and people got to choose.
That's exactly.
Become an artist, versus the industry has who are pretending to be the independent artists.
Yeah.
And let's put it like this. Jada not going to respond to 38. Jada got to come out. I'm a Jada biased fan. I'm a fan. Yo, Jada, you my man, B. You got to come out. Come outside, shoot the face, bro. He calling you out. Forget Jim. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear 38 versus Jada. He calling you out. And if you go, there's a video online of Jada saying, if you put in 500 down, I'll battle anybody at any time.
So what?
38 just say, yo, I got 500 down, man. Let's do this face to face with judges. You heard?
That's a fact. That's a fact. On what you on, because a lot of people need that understanding of what's going on with the algorithm in the industry and all that. So it's good to hear it from somebody like, you know, that's tapped.
So what y'all think, man? Yeah, I think Jadakiss needs to take up that offer, man. Or he's ducking him straight up, man. $500,000, baby. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying. That's what's going on out here. You know? But let's listen to Doggy Diamonds break it down real quick. Salute to Doggy Diamonds. Doing the damn dog bizzle. Support my missile. Listen.
The promo, so you already know if you need promo.
Doggy Diamonds has a
at Doggy Diamonds
unbiased approach to this whole thing.
at Doggy Diamonds on Instagram. You could definitely get your promotion for $100. You could be a part.
Well, let's get it.
For one, all is fair, love and war when it comes to hip hop dissing beef. Jay-Z crossed the line. Cameron crossed the line. Bad people crossed the line. Max B crossed the line. So we're going to talk about who crossed the line. This is battle rap crosses the line every time.
That's a fact.
And this is battle rap just on wax. It's just battle rap on wax. Now, am I a fan of him dissing a woman or his wife? No, but if that's what he wants to do, that's his thing. And it's Joe Budden prerogative to say he doesn't want to interview him because it is his platform. He can say and do whatever he wants. He can say he doesn't want to interview him or he does want to interview him. But I'm going to show you why it's very, very harmful in this conversation in a few seconds, because I think it's kind of, Joe Budden has been accused of many different things involving women.
Tell him.
True, allegedly. He's been
This is where he breaks down right here. That's a true fact. Joe Budden, we got some explaining to do, man.
accused. Allegedly he did this, allegedly he did that. Even as we speak. So I just found it ironic that a lot of podcasters, look what we're talking about here. We talk about Jim Jones, who I like his music. Joe Budden loves his music. People don't agree with me when I be saying I like niggas, but I like their music. And I like that. I interviewed all of them. Jim Jones never really got his just due in the industry, so he had to go independent. Joe Budden was on Def Jam, never really got his just due, so he had to go independent. Both of them, in my opinion, had some sprinkles of blackball on their name. Both of them blamed Jay-Z at one point. So they should know what it feels like to be an independent artist trying to break through in the culture and then having somebody say no. especially when you're talented. So they both of them had to go to E1. Because to a certain extent, we can say Jim Jones was on Def Jam, being a part of the Diplomats, and the Diplomats was Rockefeller Def Jam. So he got a little bit of that Def Jam burn, but he had to do Koch on his own. And he's been independent. Salute to him for being independent. But he should understand what it feels like to be going against the industry, and the industry is saying no, 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 and you keep grinding. Jim Jones has made diss records to people. Joe Budden has made several diss records to people, and nobody told them what's too far. Nobody told them what they can and can't say. See, that's at your discretion. We can just listen or not. And I don't want to sit here and be like, he did this, but Cam said some wild shit about Nas' daughter. Not only Jay-Z said some wild shit about Nas' daughter. But I just kind of find it ironic that dudes who know what it's like to have to go independent and get it independently because they've been blacklisted and blackballed. Now they sit in seats. Now they sit in seats where they can be the gatekeepers. That's not right and exact. You know what it feels like for niggas to say no. Oh, no, we don't want him in the building. We don't want him around. So do you become the oppressor now when you know what it's like to be oppressed? And for anybody who think I'm capping or I'm reaching, Stretch Armstrong, no reach here. Let's go.
Right? Do you think gatekeeping is a thing that needs to be implemented sometimes? Or do you think that what's the way to feel about it?
See? Who's having this conversation right now? What are they talking about? Get out of here. We working. What are they talking about? Let's go back because we gotta make sure y'all I gotta make sure y'all hear this. Let's go.
About gatekeeping.
Uh-huh.
Right? Do you think gatekeeping is a thing that needs to be implemented sometimes? Or do you think that what should always be the way it is? As far as podcasting, maybe music.
What are they talking about? Why would these two men have that conversation when they have been blacklisted before? Why would they say it should be a thing? I would think that they would say, hell no. Look what they did to us. Look how we had to get it. Let's go.
Because gatekeeping, as much as I hate it, keeps some rules and regulations to how things happen. So the oversaturated population of artists is like gatekeeping definitely used to help that out.
I'm a fan of gatekeeping. I'm just not.
Whoa. You what?
Who's at the gate?
See?
Bring your agent.
See? You see? That's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. That's dangerous. That's dangerous because they know what it's like to be outside the gate. They know what it's like. And how could they be in a position, two brothers who had to bust their ass, to say you a fan of gatekeeping? How could you be a fan of gatekeeping? Why should we stifle somebody's art? Why should we gatekeep anybody? Now, if you don't mess with somebody, don't mess with them. But see, now it makes why you so angry at Spesh's diss. Now you made it make sense because you on some gatekeeping shit. Not because he went too far, because you showing an allegiance and an alliance which you just shouldn't do. We should just always listen to the art, whether we like it or not, but let them continue.
What?
Yeah.
I got it.
Nah.
That was good. That was the illest shit
Nah,
I've
niggas that live in the community, the guests come, they got to call up. Who is the person at the gate? Is it Dick? Is it somebody that understand us? Is somebody that's gonna bend the rules, like niggas in? Like,
see, now, go back to my episode on Drink Champs. I said something about gatekeeping. I said one of my biggest problems with gatekeeping is most of the people who gatekeep ain't even in the fucking gate themselves. Now, again, it's your prerogative to let who you want on your platform. But you got to have a better explanation. You can't say, he went too far with this. Tupac started one of the craziest disses ever with, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. That's how it started. Nobody had the heart back then to say, yo, Pac, you did too much. You listen, this right here, I'm just shocked that it's happening from them. I'm just shocked that it's happening from them because they know what it's like to try to get into the culture in one little wrong move, one little diss. Both of their Achilles heel was Jay-Z, believe it or not. So I don't even know if this upstate versus New York City now. I think it might be independent versus the industry. And this is the problem that I have with dudes. They couldn't gatekeep music, but they wasn't in the gate. Now they both have successful podcasts, and now you want to gatekeep podcasts and gatekeep the music industry when you know what it's like for the leaks and that the machines to shut the door on you. So now y'all grouping together to shut the doors on people. I don't think. Listen. No matter what we feel about any diss spesh, we've heard Lil Wayne say lines about Emmett Till. I ain't seen no uproar. And when the fuck the niggas become freedom fighters? And when the fuck the niggas become conscious? When the niggas become conscious? When the niggas start having a heart about, oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, you can't say that. This is hip-hop. One of the biggest things about hip-hop is that there's no rules in hip-hop. There really is no rules. There really is no rules in hip-hop. There was a particular time when niggas was doing hip house, hip reggae. I mean, when do we say what a nigga could and couldn't say? So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to y'all that this is the shit that you, an independent artist, independent podcaster, independent producer, independent rapper, singer. This is your worst fear of niggas sitting in a room together saying, we gotta get cute. Does that mean a conversation was had? And niggas decide to band together and say, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. And you're next. You're next. One false move, you're next. They did it to 50 Cent. You're next. And the sad thing is that how you wait till you get a chance to sit at the table to now you sit at the table and you try to say who can't sit at the fucking table when you're not even really at the table. You had to create a table. So I seen also Dave East removed 38 Special of his album. That's his prerogative to do. Like I said, everything is prerogative. Well, we gotta be calculated in the things we do. Because if you remove 38 Spesh because the problem with Jim Jones off the album, how did you go to Max B party? If there's nobody in the industry that Jim Jones will shut down a question about, is Max B. But you went to his party. So are you really in defense of Jim Jones? This is what I'm saying. When these allegiances and these alliances start, and they start fucking with independent artists, that means myself, yourself, if you got a podcast, anything you say, they'll all sit in the room and say, oh, we don't fuck with you. And he can't come on my show. He can't come on my album. He can't do this. He can't do that. So that means niggas is forming factions. I guess that's cool. I guess that's cool. I guess this is cool with y'all. Like I guess that's cool. I guess that's cool. I think my biggest gripe is how much I love the underdog in all situations. Now let's really think about that. Let's think about this. This also happened to Max B. Where he was blackballed, he couldn't get on Flex. He couldn't get on K-Slay. He couldn't put an album out. All he had was a DVD and do mixtapes. He couldn't get on a record label. There was no streaming back then. And the shit created a monster. They created a monster. So you gotta watch what you create out of this. But sometimes you think you're stopping somebody, and all you're really doing is empowering them. At a particular time, all Max B had to talk to was me. So, again, I wish that Joe Budden would have brought him on and just asked him his thoughts. Don't make up a fucking cockamamie ass reason why you can't come on. My audio's not low. Just come back and come back on. It happens when you come from a different YouTube from time to time. But I can show you my levels. My level's high as hell. Even when I take the audio and play back. But I don't know. I mean, listen, this shit happened to everybody in the industry. The Locks wanted off Bad Boy. It's just. So if he apologizes and make everything better, because that means you never liked him. Because we've seen people like Jeffrey Dahmer get interviewed. We've seen Timothy McVeigh get interviewed. We've seen some of the people who did some of the most atrocious shit in the world get interviewed. We've seen some of the people who did some of the most atrocious shit in the world get interviewed. And we worried about a nigga who disrespected a woman when it's so now it's so now it's everybody's job to protect said woman now. When the man didn't even protect the woman. He didn't rap back. Charles Manson. I mean, you name him, we could go down the line. But only us say, oh no, he did too much. We're not interviewing him. He's horrible. You got the Ukraine and Russia. They interviewed Vladimir Putin. Shit, Vlad interviewed the dude. Vlad interviewed the dude. I mean, the chick who did the shit with Pac. Adam 22 interviewed the dude who had something to do with the Pop Smoke shit. They interviewed the dude that had something to do with the Young Dolph shit. So a little ranking, a little snapping, but they can interview people who down people in the culture, and they get a voice. I mean, come on, man. You can't make this. You cannot make this up. They interviewed the dude who had something to do with Pop Smoke. They interviewed Tekashi 6ix9ine. He sent mad people up the river. And you know what? That's their prerogative. It's their prerogative. But you can't say, no, I'm not going to interview him because he said something about a nigga girl. But then, he had Vado on his show, and Vado was fucking his ex-girl. And rocked her. He interviewed Vado, and Vado rocked Tahiri. He interviewed Vado, and Vado snuffed Tahiri.
What?
I'm gonna interview him because he said something about a nigga girl. But then, he had Vado on his show, and Vado was fucking his ex-girl.
Damn.
And rocked her. He interviewed Vado, and Vado rocked Tahiri.
JBP.
He interviewed Vado, and Vado snuffed Tahiri, his ex. So when we protected women, what you interview Vado for? We saw Vado snuff Tahiri. Now we protecting women. Vado's sitting right next to him. He knocking down your old joint. Respect to her, respect to Vado. But we saw him steal on him. So cut the shit. Look up Vado. On the Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden, as we speak right now, was in an issue with a woman named Mandy. I don't know what it's about. But I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is going on? What's happening? What's happening? We can't pick and choose. I'd rather a nigga say, yo, I don't fuck with that nigga. I don't want to interview. That's real. Like I said, you got the prerogative to let whoever you want on your platform, but you can't pick no cockamamie ass reasoning for saying you don't want to do it. No, you shouldn't talk about women. You talking about her? Oh, so you can have a nigga right next to you that rock your ex. This nigga stole on your ex.
Dang.
Why you ain't sitting next to him and say, yo, why you do that shit? You know what's wrong to hit women. 38 spesh did some verbal hip hop shit. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what he tried. That was his way of expressing himself. I'd rather a nigga just say, yo, I think 38 spesh is trash and I don't like it. But when we act like you doing it because you want to defend women, but then you interview the nigga next to that rock your ex. Because you put on Joe Budden. Your first channel wasn't Joe Budden TV. It was Chair 201. CHEAH 201 was your first channel. We originally was watching your channel because you used to showcase the hairy ass. So we was like, God, that was before BBL. You was like, damn. This is back when you used to be on Ustream. I mean, truth is truth. So we can't see niggas band together when it's convenient and then try to play the role of executive. Try to play the role of gatekeepers. Can't do that, fam. We can't do that. If you don't want him on your show, fuck him. He don't gotta be on your show. That's your show. But you can't pick and choose one nigga who used words and another nigga who used a fist. But we all saw it. We all saw it. So, again, shout out to all parties involved. I just want to say we got to do better. If you don't like a nigga, you don't like a nigga, say that. But don't use no cockamamie ass reason for why.
He said cockamamie.
You're not going to do
I
something.
like that. I like when somebody used the word cockamamie.
I'm the type that say, yo, I just don't fuck with that nigga. I hate the nigga fucking. I hate the nigga face. That's how I am. I be like, yo, I don't like the nigga music. Y'all might like it, but I don't like it. But never in my time of being in this culture have I ever said something to somebody, don't fuck with somebody. And see me, I keep it so real that I've had people hit me and say, yo, such and such want to interview me, but I know you got an issue with them. I won't do it if it's going to bother you. And you know what I said plenty of times? Yo, do the interview. I don't fuck with them, but you need the press. I don't fuck with them, but you need the press. It's sad people do good interviews. That has nothing to do with me. What's between me and them, it's fake personal. But if you can help, if they can help you get your content out there more than I can help, so be it. I've never said, don't go to this person. If I catch you on this channel, I never did that. Never did that. Because a lot of people, how I feel about them or not on a personal level, I think a lot of people do good jobs at interviews. I think a lot of people outward is important. It's just the truth. What did I say about, see, if I was a sucker, look what I said about Vlad on Drink Champs. I defended Vlad. Knowing and DJ EFN, my bros was like, we don't fuck with Vlad. I was like, why? When I was telling y'all don't fuck with him, everybody was fucking with him. No, I ain't joining your party now. No. Nope. Because when I said what I said, everybody looking at me like I was crazy. Everybody's looking at me like I was crazy. Now it's like, oh, let's get on this train. Now, see, I don't, one thing about me, I march to the beat of my own drum. I'm the star, director, producer, executive producer of my own movie. I don't care what everybody is doing. I'm enjoying in shit. Unless it's right and exact. If it's something that everybody else is joining in, it's like, all right, yo, you know what? I feel that. But it's like, we're over here and we're not doing this. That's y'all niggas. When I get up in the morning and I hit my jibs, I see my face. I can live with me. I gotta live with me. I don't follow the crowd anyway. So there is no, yo, we doing this. We who? Because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, I ain't pro over none of these niggas. I don't know niggas from my sandbox. I don't know nothing. All I know is motherfucking is the culture. It's been a lot of wacky weird shit. Because when we was all battling this fucking, when some of us was battling this fucking Bambada shit, where the fuck was these niggas at? It was quiet. And somebody told me today, yo, you know you still feel the after effects of that Bambada shit? I didn't even really realize that shit. And it was only a few of us who took on that battle. So niggas pick and choose when they want to talk about shit. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be righteous. Niggas pick and choose when they want to talk about black stuff. Well, I'll get demonetized and kicked out, lose all types of money and shit because I want to be righteous. And niggas get to smoke and drink and do all types of shit. Sit there with Crocs on and their legs folded and see their thighs and all this shit. I don't get the luxury to do that. But I get to say and do what the fuck I want because I am independent. So I'm always going to fight for independence. And them two guys know what that shit feel like. To be independent and not to be invited to places. So they know what it's like to be like, oh, Jim know what it's like to be like, Jim can't come because he's always starting something. Joe Budden know what it's like after that issue with him and Ransom, who was dead, but that was big news. Him and Saigon, they went too far. Saigon, respectfully, and I don't want to throw Saigon into nothing, Saigon called it something more. Right or wrong. That's all I'm saying. So we can't do it. That censorship ain't hip hop. That's what we fought against. That's what Two Live Crew fought against. Censorship ain't hip hop. And if you come in under the guise of a hip hop podcast, you can't have no censorship. Because the news, shit, the motherfucker would go out there and underline like 30 people and they would put the fucking mic in it. Why did you do it? You know what I'm saying? Why did you do it? He finally sits down and tells why he did it. Look how many of y'all motherfuckers watch that Jeffrey Dahmer shit on Netflix. I ain't watched that shit. I'm like, why the fuck will we watch this fucking nigga? This nigga was eating pick the butt and shit. Y'all was tuned into it. Don't act like y'all ain't watching now. Because I saw y'all. Y'all was tuned in. He already know that he was foul. And he was eating niggas. Watch that shit. Did he bother y'all there? You know what I mean? So, like, again, I'm not going to be the, yo, Lil Tim, thank you, talk show. See, that's why my people say, Lil Tim. He down King Von. It was getting broke. I'm just saying. Tekashi. Tekashi has the biggest view. Tekashi has the biggest views in any interview history. Just tabulate all his views. Who's watching it? It's the niggas who say, "Oh, I wouldn't interview him. He's this, he's that." Yo, niggas be whole snitches, rats, unalivers, touchy-feely motherfuckers, and they all get interviewed. And now we gonna pick and choose because they did a diss record. But that's what I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with any of that shit. It got more to do with niggas banding together and saying we gonna stick together. Niggas did a sit-in together. Niggas saying we shall overcome together. And this shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. Charleston. Charleston say the wildest shit. And see, it was a particular time where we were doing business with Charleston White, right? But then when the personality started coming out and he started saying some of the shit he was saying, we was like, nah, no. So even if you look at look, say even if you look at Gerald Prince Miller, he came out of prison after a long time. He paid his debt to society. But I remember when he came home, Jadakiss was like, "Yo, you a legend." And I was like, "A legend for what?" This nigga didn't start no WIC program or fucking feed the children. Nigga was selling crack and down and shit. And although he paid his debt to society, how the fuck is he a legend? I'm just saying. So now we pick and choose when somebody can't do nigga shit. That's what we saying? We pick and choose when nigga shit is too, now that was too much nigga shit. Just really think about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we got to do better. Hopefully, hopefully everybody get to kick it. Hopefully, you know, like I said, they don't have to interview them. That's their prerogative. But come up with a better reason. So as for me, I have to. I got double duty tonight. I gotta go, and I gotta go to the Gangster Chronicles and do an episode tonight. They some emergency episode that I gotta fill in on.
Let's be honest now. Doing my man 38 dirty. But yeah, I think he expected it, you know? You gotta come on with the 500K. Is he going back down? We don't know. Thank you.
I got $500,000 on me right now. We can do 2 verses on stage, round for round, 3 verses, round for round. I got $500,000. We could do 3 rounds in the ring, 3 verses. You know what I'm saying?
Duck, Goose. Come on, dog. Now, Kiss, you got 24 hours to respond. 38. How about that? Support Mac Mizzle. Put that in your paperwork party and smoke it. You know my slogan, keep it real in the field. Forget how they feel. Come on. Peace. Loose.